Bang, bang, gang, gang. You tapped in with Gangish, baby. Let's go. How's everybody doing? Boom. Dubs V to the rescue, baby. Super Cholo. Dubs V is not going to let Gunner go down without a fight. Even if Gummer ain't willing to fight for himself. Dub said, fuck it, I'll take the fade. I'll take the fade. I'm taking fades. Whatever. Johnny Cab, what up? Boom. Dubs put out a reaction video today. Not a reaction. What did he put out? Put out a response video to Gummer's paperwork. Old runner. We're going to get into that real quick. We got time. Got time today. Boom. John Neal. I'm rolling without my glasses, though. I feel like we don't get the full... I feel like I don't connect with the audience enough because the glasses. See, they got the glare off the screen. I don't know. What up, though? Richard Dowling, good to see you, sir. Neo. Vatos Locos forever, homie. Puro los locos. Miss Dang, what up? Good to see you. Like always, thank you for showing up. Appreciate you. Johnny Cab in the house. That is a super Southsider. Dub's got his cape on, homie. He's not letting Gunner go down without a fight, no matter what. You know what I mean? Gummer's making videos about hot Cheetos. Did you see it? All the Raza needs to hear about hot Cheetos. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna ignore this. But Dubs will take the fade for him, though. Dubs is taking the fade for him. Tim from the IE, what up? Good to see you, my homie. C-Dog, I see you. If I miss anybody in the chat, I'm sorry. I don't got my what you call. Yay. Woo, Sean Whalen, what up? Dubs is giving their dad. They're picking on me. Pretty much. Dubs is taking the fade for him. Dubs is like, fuck it, we'll just do it on my channel. Dubs said, the hell with it. He ain't even got to defend himself. We'll just do it on my channel. I'll take the fade for this fool. And he could go just make videos about hot Cheetos. About how the gente needs to know about hot Cheetos. I heard they're toxic anyway. What up? How's everybody doing? Let's get over here to this little video. We got Dub's reaction this morning. This is Dub's reaction to Gummer's paperwork. Let's see. So we're gonna see what Dubs thinks.
It all behind. What started it all? I don't know. But I do know this, that there's a lot of people that, it's the same people repeatedly saying in my comments, oh, you should cut him loose. He's a liar. He's a snake and all this stuff, right? And, excuse me, the people that are saying these things are not speaking from personal experience. And I've
that might be true. But at the same time, the things that they're saying, I believe, are accurate, right? The dude has been caught lying several times. The things that they're saying now, being in someone's comments and telling him not to mess with somebody else, that's a different level of things to actually go so far as to tell somebody else not to mess with somebody.
Said before in several videos, right, that one thing that I learned quick in prison is don't believe everything you hear or you'll inherit other people's problems. And I also don't base my interactions with someone off of someone else's interactions with someone. That'll get you in a wreck quick, right? But, you know, YouTube isn't the real world. YouTube isn't real life. YouTube is an alternate reality where people can do what they want, say what they want, regardless if it's true. And a half-truth is a whole lie, right? So people have been talking about Gunner's paperwork, right? Okay. Now, as someone who had to deal with paperwork in prison, had to thoroughly vet paperwork in prison, someone who was actually in the youth authority for a number of years.
I was never in YA, but I checked a lot of paperwork. I've seen some paperwork.
Someone who got off a lot in YA and got a lot of paperwork.
Everybody fights a lot in juvenile. That's just an aspect of juvenile. Doesn't matter where you go. Juveniles are very volatile. We tend not to kill each other or hurt each other that bad. But yeah, that's just something you do, especially whenever you're active, because that's whenever you're really active, is whenever you're young. As a young juvenile, if you're gangbanging or if you're trying to get put on the hood, that's whenever you're the most active, because you're trying to earn your name, earn your respect, earn your place in the hierarchy. So everybody fights in juvenile. That ain't nothing. He just saying that the wind blows.
Let's start there. Okay, now. The paperwork that I saw, again, I don't watch the, when I see something, as soon as I catch something that's like that don't look right, I'm out. Right? Because look at me personally, regardless of all the bullshit, I don't have an agenda against anyone. However, when you're dealing with people who do have an agenda against someone, who do proclaim animosity towards someone, you have to keep those two things in mind when you're listening to what they have to say about someone they do not like and they have an agenda against. Only a fool overlooks those things and takes everything that they say as gospel. Or, if not a fool, someone who already feels that way. So
just in general, I pride myself on just calling things what they are. I'm not going to save anybody. I'm not going to burn anybody down. I don't. And it took a lot of nonsense from Gunner for me to even make a video about it. I mean, you got to do a lot. You got to mess up pretty bad for me to make a video about you. Because I generally don't do that. And I didn't even make one. I just went live to talk about it. Right?
Again, now going back to the paperwork that I saw on YouTube, I saw where there was basically an incident packet, a DDMS incident packet from YA, right? Okay. And the first thing that jumped out at me was that the names were blacked out. YA doesn't blacken names out. Someone who was holding the paperwork blackened the names out. That was the first thing that caught my eye. I was like, I wonder what that agenda is.
Well, of course, YA wouldn't block it out. It would always be somebody else who had blocked it out. That's common sense. YA is not going to black it out on their own paperwork. Then they wouldn't be able to read their own paperwork. So that's, once again, just like saying the sky is blue.
And so if you go back to when Gunner, and this is way before all this stuff happened, right? When Gunner talked about getting whacked in YA, he said what happened to him in the story. Go back and check his story. He says he got stabbed in the arm, in his wrist, right? But yet in the video from the little bit that I saw, they were calling him victim number 2. Victim number 2, if I remember right, got battery packed, I think, in his neck and his head. Someone else in the paperwork got stabbed in the wrist. That's the same story that Gunner told. I also saw where there was somebody testifying in court and they were being questioned about Gunner. So obviously that wasn't Gunner. And I saw the part where they asked him something along the lines, did Leonard Vidari tell you what happened? And the person said yes. And they asked him, well, what did he say happened? And the answer was, well, he wasn't really too sure on what happened, or he wasn't very clear on what happened. Something like that. And once
they were asking the cop. The testimony is they were asking the CO, or whatever, juvenile CO, whatever the hell they're called. They asked the CO what Gunner had told him. And the dude said not very clear, or
I saw those things, like I said, when I saw the names blacked out on YA and on an incident packet from YA, I was like, no, doesn't happen.
I'm going to explain that later, why it's common sense, and I'm going to go through the paperwork, and you'll see why it's actually makes perfect sense. The way that they did it is how you protect yourself legally.
And then when I saw that part, I was like, so I don't get it, right? Now, that said, I did try to listen to the interview, the EBK interview with Dreamer, right? I don't know Dreamer. From everything Gunner has told me, Dreamer was a cool ass dude. He was down as fuck, right? I do know that I have done many, many, many lives with Gunner, right? We have done many lives together. And a lot of them, Dreamer donated money to Gunner. And a lot of them, Dreamer told Gunner he was a real one. So how am I to dissect this guy donating his hard-earned money, putting it out there? Gunner's a real motherfucker. He's a real one. And then when the wolves come out, when everybody has turned on Gunner, then this comes out. It's just strange to me. And
yeah, I don't really have an answer for that one. I don't know enough about the intricacies, if any of that. The testimonials there. Who knows? I'm not even going to try to pry into that because I have no idea.
And when I say I tried to listen to it, I'll tell you one thing, and this is something on the side note. Maybe Dreamer is just, because he wasn't there at the time, and, he's just speaking from what he believed. And I don't know why it was asked, but he was asked, when did the 5-9 numbers come out in YA, right? And Dreamer said 1988, and that was kind of like when I had to turn it off. I think I listened to maybe a few minutes more, but
So I don't know anything about these YA numbers. I know there seems to have been problems about them. There's been disagreements about them the entire time. Apparently Gunner said he had a number that he shouldn't have been able to have, and then they said, oh, that was evidence that Gunner was BSing. And now I guess Dubs is calling he's calling BS on Dreamer's testimony. So I have no idea. I was never in YA. I was in juvenile hall in California. I made it to juvenile hall. I never made it to YA. I never did anything violent in California. I wasn't doing no violent shit. I mean, we would fight, but no violent crime though. Nothing to get. You gotta kind of get violent crimes to get put in YA, kinda. Or just you gotta really start messing up. What does this say? Dubs got out by getting a Dolly pardon. Really? Oh, did he get a pardon? I don't know about that. So, think about this. Okay? Now, we all understand how much people get in trouble for doxing and things of this nature, right? Okay, so if you're going to put some paperwork out, and it's paperwork from a juvenile facility, you're describing juveniles. I don't think it would be a good idea to put the paperwork of juvenile victims, because if we look at Gunner's paperwork, the paperwork that we're referencing here, if we look at the paperwork we're referencing here, he is considered a victim. The other people were considered victims. And the Bulldogs were the ones who were considered aggressors. So imagine going to the internet with a child that was victimized, right? In theory, the child was victimized. He is the victim in the situation. And taking the paperwork that shows that they got victimized and then using it. That's going to be an issue. Because for one thing, there's child privacy laws, right? You probably shouldn't have access to that in the first place, right? And then you're using it on... if you would put that out there unredacted, it would surprise me if somebody's channel didn't get taken down. I won't be putting anybody's paperwork up with any children on them, right? That identify anybody who's under 18 on my channel. Absolutely not, right? Now, what they did was they left the information that was necessary in there. If you were to read through it, they redacted all the victims' names because they're the victims, right? On any, you don't get a list of the victims of a crime, you know what I mean, just because you go ask for a discovery as well, right? If you're looking up a crime that happened in the past, something like that. Let me put my glasses on so I can actually see the chat. Hold on. Righteous Monkey, what up? Jeepers Creepers, good to see you. Celtic Christian. John Neal, always. Anna the Goat. Denver Maid. Allegedly, he grasping at straws. He knows better. Dubs is flying in. Dubs is taking the fade for him. Dubs said, the hell with this, homie. I'll take that fade. I ain't tripping. You know what I mean? He's over here making videos. What are his last videos? There was Hot Cheetos. There was a Hot Cheeto video. What else was there? It's just some dumb shit. And like his views got cut in half. His views got cut in half. He went from one video to the next and just went, pew. People are over it. You're not even responding, homie. You're not even responding. He's not even trying to he's just letting Dubs try. He's just hoping Dubs could clean it up for him. You know what I mean? I don't know. Doe, what up? Fuck plumber. YouTube drama. Yeah. YouTube drama. You already know. I'm still mad that people got demonetized, homie. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's the same as snitching, dog. You just telling in real life, right? You just telling in the professional world. Man, I think I got bit by a mosquito. I think that fool's got me. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't put no paperwork up with anybody, especially if they were victims. It's one thing if they're the aggressor and they're being accused of a crime, maybe. But putting paperwork up that identifies juveniles, even though they're not juveniles anymore, that doesn't matter. That's still a juvenile, somebody who's under 18's paperwork. So Dub's relying on that to say that, like, this paperwork's no good because it's redacted. That's just common sense. I'm not going to be identifying any children on my channel that were victims of a crime. Right? That's silly. Let's get back over to this. Let's see.
I was just stuck on that. The very first YA number I remember, shout out to Spooky from Coachella. His YA number was 59000. He entered our unit, Nipomo, in Paso in 1991. I had a 58 number. I got busted in 1989. I went to YA February of 1990 and picked up my 58 number. So I don't know if later on that 59 number or YA numbers came into effect to mean something, but the years were completely off. Not to say that, I don't know what Dreamer said, but like I said, I just can't wrap my head around sending somebody money and saying that he's a real one on multiple occasions. And then now that shit has turned for Gunner. I'm not going to say that. Now that people have turned on Gunner, all this comes out. And I notice a lot.
Yeah, that tends to kind of be how it is. Unfortunately, is whenever, okay, this is what happens whenever you have problems on YouTube or the internet, is that me and you will have a problem, right? And let's say I get over on you, or let's say I work you for $20 or something, but it's something silly, and you're like, whatever, who cares? It's not something big enough. It's that you stash it away, and you're like, it pisses me off, but it's not something big enough to really worry about, right? So they start doing that to everybody. And burning every little bridge and every little bridge. But nobody knows it because they're such little bridges that nobody mentions it. And then eventually they burn a big bridge or they really mess up. And whenever they really mess up, that's whenever they really mess up, it explodes in public. And they say, wow, that's really dirtbaggish behavior. Calling somebody an SO, American Cholo, right? That's dirtbaggish behavior. And then a bunch of other people say, yeah, that is dirtbaggish. But as a matter of fact, I know about some dirtbaggish behavior too. And then somebody else says, yeah, me too. That's how the hashtag Me Too movement started, right? It's just the same thing over again. And then everybody's like, yeah, that fool was a scumbag to me too. So yeah, that is kind of how it works. Now, as far as sending him money or whatnot, I have no idea. I have no idea what the relationship is between him and that dude. Runner's been accused of so much underhanded stuff. God only knows. They say that he pays people to put super chats and all kinds of other nonsense. I got no evidence for any of that though. But it's good conspiracy theory talk though. It's good for the comments. Let's see where the comments are at. Yeah, smutting on somebody is what you call. You know, super scumbags. Just smutting people up in general. Dubs is runner. Pretty much, like I said, he's taking the fade for him. He's basically taking the fade for him. Runner's off making videos about whatever he's making. Like what he's gonna make videos about food now. He'll just run around and all over the country and find different people on Megan's Law and have lunch with them. Go have lunch with people from Megan's Law all over the country for his YouTube channel. He called Dribber a barefaced liar, and the man was involved in the incident and genuinely showed his paperwork. Like, what does he think us subscribers are fucking zombies? Yeah, and that's the thing is that all the stories that he tells, you know what I mean? All the stories that he tells, a lot of them can be proven wrong. People say all kinds of stuff. They say he'd take comments, like people will tell him about stuff in the comments, and then you'll see him make a video about the same stuff that was in the comments. Boyle Heights, shout out to Boyle Heights. SNY mukbangs. That's funny. San Gabriel, shout out to San Gabriel. Man, my homegirl Espy was from San Gabriel. And rest in peace. They found her in Mexico, unfortunately. Yeah, that shit sucked. They found her in Mexico. She had lost her life in Mexico. Somehow or another, she had lost her life in Mexico. Let's see. Yeah, but I'm telling you, this fool's he's taking he's taking the fade for him. Dubs is like, we'll just handle it on my channel. Don't worry about it. Just go, I don't know, hook up with Flacco or something. Is it? Yeah, a YouTuber. He is. You're getting people busted. If you're getting people busted, if you're telling on YouTube, homie, you're telling. And we're not talking about a copyright strike. I get it. If you steal someone's content, whatever. I get it. You know what I mean? If you don't use it right or whatever, that's not what I'm talking about. That's business. But if you're ratting trying to get people demonetized, homie, for whatever reason, you know, you can block them from your channel. You can see Runner don't allow no comments anymore. I don't even know, do people even try to comment? I don't even try to comment anymore because I know it'll get taken down. I commented a couple times, but it just kept getting taken down. You know? Timmy, what up, though? Let's see. Let's go back over here.
A lot of people that are talking about him used to praise him. You should be friendly with them. I don't know what happened in his relationships because I wasn't involved in those relationships. As a man, I mind my own business. I interact with who I interact with, and our interactions are our interactions, right? Again, redacted paperwork from YA doesn't exist. They don't black out names. That caught.
He's got to have thought of what I'm saying. There's no way he didn't think about this. There's no way he made this whole video and never thought about the fact that these are the names of juveniles. And that would be maybe sensitive. That might be sensitive information that you couldn't release on YouTube. You're trying to tell me I don't believe that. I don't believe that because Dubs thinks about what he says. Right? That's one thing you can tell about. That's one thing I admire about Dubs. One of the things I admire about Dubs is he genuinely, from what I can tell, actually thinks about what he says. And then he goes on there, really thinks about it, and then he goes and puts a video out. But you're telling me he didn't think about the fact that they may have redacted all of that paperwork because those are victims. Those are victims. They're juvenile victims, children victims. Come on, man.
My off the top. Now, a lot of people don't like Gunner for whatever their reasons are, but
and just so we're clear, I never had nothing against Runner at all. I don't have any personal beefs really against anybody. There's some things I really don't like about him, especially because this fool came out and basically said that he just hyped up a fake fight so they could go play pity pat, right? We could just play pity pat right now and just, you know what I mean? We could go the bodies. That's basically what he did with Cholo Trucker. They went the bodies with gloves on, with like big 16-ounce gloves on or 12-ounce gloves on or something. You know what I mean? We could do that in the backyard. You know what I mean? Just playing around. So, let's see. Bam. Let's see. Get to the chat. Yeah. I know what happened. Our interaction. Governor is an egotistical wanker. You know, he was just fake, dude. It wasn't true. Like, the thing is he could tell a story. Runner's not bad at telling a story. If he just told, you know what I mean, true stories, it'd be cool. You know what I mean? But I don't believe any of that. He made that video the other day. He made some video. He said, oh, I'm going to set the record straight about what happened in the Mission District. Right? You guys see that? He said, I'm going to set the record straight about what happened in the Mission. That fool didn't set nothing straight. I listened to the whole damn video. I said, oh, okay, maybe I'll get to the bottom of this. I figured maybe I'd actually get his side of the story about what happened in the Mission District. That's what I wanted, was actually his side of the story. So I watched his video about what happened in the Mission District. He doesn't even have a side of the story. He said wiggle a bunch of times. Was like, oh yeah, I wiggled. For sure, I handled my business. Or something like, he didn't even address the situation. Like, you have to have a whatchamacallit. Like, they have an actual side of the story. Stiffy had me the filero, right? You have to have another side of that same story, homie. You were there. So address the story. But instead, what he does, because this is what he does, is he does a big song and dance routine, and then there's a bunch of rhymes, a bunch of stuff that rhymes, like a PIMP, right? And oh, yo, knowledge you can't get in college, and everything rhymes, and then, yeah, and he's dancing and all this other nonsense, but he never addresses what the hell happened in the Mission District. And that's what the name of the video is. So this is what I'm saying, is the dude is very talented, right? Clearly, he can take absolutely nothing, just fabricate stuff out of thin air, and make an entertaining video about it. Put some dancing and some rhymes and and you know what I mean? And he can make an entertaining video that still gets thousands of views. But he's just not genuine. He's just not genuine. He's got to lie. He's got to lie or make things up or put a 10 on a 2. Just constantly putting a 10 on a 2. And it's just, come on, dude. Come on. Cobra Commander, good to see you.
Me personally, I feel like a person should dislike or like a person based on their interactions and not someone else's. being YouTube, eventually things will blow over. You will see more of these frenemy situations happen. You know, you got to remember that these are, for the most part, social media friendships. And based off of an alternate reality, you know, and it's weird, man. It really is. Like, I've been sitting back, I've been quiet. You know, I'm the type, I'm gonna sit back and watch things unfold before I say anything. I'm not gonna jump in the beginning.
And that's the best. So you're telling me he took all this damn time, and that's the best defense he can come up with for this dude's paperwork? That's the best? Is that there's stuff that's blacked out? Your whole case rests on the fact that the stuff was blacked out and that he might not be victim number 2. That he might be a different victim. That's what your whole case, that's what your whole debunkifying of this paperwork rests upon? Right? The blacking out of the juveniles' names is common sense, of the juvenile victims' names is common sense. Couldn't speak. Let's see. Of course, he thought the reason was because they're juveniles, but not. Well, I mean, who, you know, there's a reason that whenever you turn on, you know, like a documentary or something like that, and they start talking about juveniles, that you don't see a whole lot of, like, they don't start showing a bunch of pictures and documentation and da-da-da-da-da, because you can't show that stuff. You can't show that stuff. You can't dox juvenile victims, you know, or not dox. I guess I wouldn't really be doxing. That's the wrong word. But yeah, you can't be putting a juvenile's paperwork that's not yours, for one thing. It's not your child. And you're just out here just flying their paperwork, you know what I mean? And, oh, here's the details of my child's victimization, right? And we'll just put it out here on YouTube. That'll get you popped. Well, at least, you know, Dubs is probably the smarter one, because he can at least lean into it, and people are gonna watch his video. They're gonna talk crazy. I seen him in the comments. They're talking crazy to him. They're pissed off, but he's gonna get the views out of it. Runner's talking about hot Cheetos, and they're, if he's not gonna address it, nobody's gonna. You know what I mean? It is, man. That's how. No, but that's how it works, though. Is like, whenever you're nasty to too many people, or whenever you're in bad faith, whenever you act in bad faith to too many people, eventually it catches up with you. This is what they tell you about psychopaths. Everybody talks about psychopaths, and they say, oh, they're the CEOs of companies, and no, they're really not. They're not very functional at all. Psychopaths take advantage of everybody around them, and they tend to burn up their relationships almost immediately. They'll just take advantage of everybody around them as much as they can, until somebody realizes, and then word starts spreading, and then they just ruin it and have to quit that job and go find a new job, or they get fired, or whatever else. And this is actually tends to be the life cycle of the psychopath. They tend to move around, do stuff like that. Oh, paperwork. A cholo is totally unacceptable, and so it's so dangerous and just disgusting. Dubs needs to be taken off the YouTube yard. I wish Dubs would just bring it back. He's going down with the ship, dog. He doesn't have to do this. Like, everybody gets it, Dubs. Everybody gets it, dog. You're loyal. You're a loyal dude. But this is getting worse, dog. The next time you show up to lunch with somebody on the registry, I don't know if there's going to be any... If you're really going to press this issue and, like, go kick it with this dude again, you're just like, nah, to hell with this. We're going to do whatever we want. Go kick it with Mighty Mouse. Next thing you know, they'll be out there cheering with Mighty Mouse or something like that. Come on, bro. I'm famous. Do you watch YouTube? I know West Side Brutal. He's not welcome. He's damaged goods. Paroled PC. I got, come on, G, I tuned into your channel, some real G shit. Just slap that fool. He just dances and rhymes, talking. Yeah, pretty much. It's all a bunch of other stuff packaged around like nothing. Like some information that's like it's not even information, it's just like a topic. It's like a whole bunch of sing and dance routine around a topic. You know what I mean? But there's not even any real like serious information or anything like that. It's annoying. I swear, I really thought I tapped into that the other day thinking that I would be able to actually learn something about the topic. Yeah, from what I could tell, all of them did. Nothing like polishing a turn. It's crazy he blocked Goyo because he knew all lies. Yeah, hit the like button, my friends, please. Them talking shit about WAC 100, they do move. Pretty much, yeah. Especially if you're on YouTube, you really don't speak for nobody but yourself. You know what I mean? You really don't. Yeah, that's true.
I will say that I believe that there's been a lot of fake paperwork floating around. I believe there's been a lot of doctored paperwork. But I also know this, that when a person hates you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's said, their hate is going to stay. When people love you, they're going to love you no matter what. Those people in the middle are going to do whatever they do, right? But you would hope they would use common sense.
But you see, those people in the middle, those are the people, the views, right? Because the people who really hate you are going to watch it because they hate you. And they're going to say, leave me the stuff in the comments. And the people who really like you are going to watch it because they like you. But all the rest of the people are the people in the middle, the people that he just described. He said they're going to do what they're going to do. Yeah, if you don't address the situation, they're going to leave. Because it's looking really, really, really bad. You know what I mean? It's looking really bad.
When someone has an agenda, take that into account. When somebody exhibits animosity, take that into account. You know, I've been chilling with Gunner for what, a little over a year now, right? You know, and I know that there were some of the people that got mad at him got mad because they felt he put an address out. Having been talking, you know, every day to Gunner throughout that time period, I know for a fact he didn't do that. He knows I'm very against that. People on here want to have disputes and disagreements, whatever you want to call them. That's fine. Leave it here. But when you start involving people's,
I agree with that. I don't like the fact that, you know what I mean. This, like I said, he does come through with some stuff that actually makes sense, and that, you know what I mean. That is true. Bible, what up? Oh, Rich DM, good to see you. Yeah. What is this? I don't know what that means. People should leave the stuff on YouTube. You know what I mean? It's kind of ridiculous that it spills over into other things and that people threaten each other and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. Then again, people shouldn't talk about sensitive things either. You got to weigh your options with speaking on sensitive things.
Homes, their loved ones, and people are going to say, oh, but you went at Jerry's loved ones. That was unfortunate. But people have been going after my loved ones for years now. That just happened to be the night where the pipe burst. I'm not justifying what I did. But understand, in this weird reality, people cross lines repeatedly. And then when someone else does it, it's the worst thing in the world. But that's pretty much my 2 cents. And anyone who's actually had to deal with paperwork, had to dissect paperwork, I just suggest you go back and look at the paperwork, all of the paperwork that's been put out on whoever it's been put out on. Those of you that have been in YA know there's no redacted names.
What do you think? You guys see what it says right there on the screen? Dub says he talks to Gunner every morning, so he knew that Gunner was going to put out that video on AC's paperwork. That's a good question. That's a really good question. I wonder if Dubs knew he was going to put. We should put that out in his. Maybe put that in his chat box, huh? In his comment section. When in doubt, play the victim. Dude, Jerry crossed the line with his beanie. yeah. Jerry's beanie was disrespectful. It was cocked too hard to the left, or what? People exaggerate. Let's not forget Wiley. Why did he do an interview with him? Then a few months later, make a video clowning him and said it's a fake. What? Said it's fake. He made the video clowning him and then said the video was fake? That's weird. I don't know. I don't know about that one. If so, why not take them down? Bummer was the demise of That's a good sentence. Bummer was the demise of Dubs. The fact that Dubs wants to brush us all under the rug has made me unsubscribe. And you know, the longer that he keeps holding on to this, it's like he's holding on to a hot frying pan right now that's runner. And if he would just let go, he'd be fine. The pain would probably stop. But he just refuses to let go of this damn frying pan. And it just keeps going. And Dubs clowning Rick Riley also, but doesn't mention his so-called... His what? What? Ligaments? I don't know what that is. Cobra Commander, great question. It is a great question. A lot of victim mentality and cleanup is what it seems. I'm just wondering why he's going so hard, but he's going so hard. Dubs is going hard for him, but he won't even make a video for himself. He's just going to try to ignore it. It's not going to work. If you guys want to ignore it, you got to ignore it. Both of you are going to have to ignore it, but one of you can't be making videos while the other one's trying to ignore it, because that'll just keep it going. You can just ignore it and see what happens, and then, I don't know, Runner can make videos. I don't know, he can go around to restaurants and do food reviews. You know what I mean? Hint that you've got to have these burritos. You know? Did 18 years in Cali. I'm you retired and enjoy your chat. Thank you, sir. Thank you, brother. It's good to have you. Now he did a video with Sundown. I've seen a couple videos with Sundown. Thank you, my homie. Good looking. Hell yeah. Sounds like dude's trying to best the other. Who's the top and who's the bottom. I would gotta say that Dubs is the daddy right now. I would think. He's gotta be the daddy. Oh. Thank you, brother. Good shit. Sakura. The confession of an NF hitman. Still doing numbers. Then he blocked Sundown and made. I remember. That's where I saw Sundown. I knew I saw a video on Sundown, because me and the homie were arguing. Me and VPS were arguing about who the oldest one of the NF dudes was running around on YouTube. And he was trying to tell me it was Boxer, and I was like, nah, homie. I seen another dude creeping around. I seen a video on him. And but I couldn't remember who it was. And then whenever I seen Sundown in the chat, I was like, that's what his name was. But I never seen that video again. But I seen that video. I know what you're talking about. That convention. Gunner did that. Runner did that. And then he blocked him. And then made a video clowning. Why'd he block him for? It was a good video. This dude. Dubs top, Gunner power bottom. I can't wait to see the shit he gets. Dubs the bottom. Dubs is the daddy roll. Who's Sunpound? He's another one of them. He's an NF cat, an old school NF cat. One of like the first generation ones. And he was like, if I remember right, Runner brought him out. It was supposed to be like, you know, Runner premiering Sundown, boom, brought him out, helped him out, like you know, like you do, you know, you help people with their channels and stuff like that. And apparently that's not how it went down. Apparently it was a one and done video, and it was a see you later, homie, and then he blocked him. So now Sundown, I don't know what Sundown does. Does Sundown have a channel? I thought that's what he was setting up to do. I'm not sure though, but I have seen him in. He's in the chats and stuff like that. I see him around in the chats. He's a moderator. A real ego tripping Putin type. Pimps are hoes too. See, he says, I come on the stream a year ago. This goes back to, I believe you. Yeah, I believe you. Switches, they take turns. Oliver 415. Was Dubs trying to say Skinner wasn't an incident? No, he was just trying to say that wasn't, that he was one of the other victims. That was kind of Dubs' whatchamacall on it. Was like, oh, he's not victim too. But no matter what, in the paperwork, it said, oh yeah, he called me by my gang name, Skinner, which means that's who was talking to him. That's who was talking to him in that whole thing. They're not going to put, in the same paragraph, they're not going to put one statement from another and then another statement from a different person in the same paragraph without delineating who's speaking, if they're going to change the person. So clearly they didn't change the person. It's the person whose gang name is Gunner. That's who's, you know what I mean? Sundown is Rick Riley, actually a cool guy, older gentleman. Oh, that's the same guy that you're talking about? Okay, that makes sense. Well, he's from, my understanding is he was from the old NF, because there was an old batch and then there was a new batch, and my understanding is he was from the old batch. So that's what I'm considering like first generation, is the old timers, because that's what he talked about. That's some of the things that he talked about in one of those videos. I remember specifically because I didn't know that. So actually I'm just going off what he said, but I remember listening to what he said. And much like what happened in Arizona, if anybody knows what happened with the power structures in Arizona, I'm not going to speak on it too much, but there was an old batch, and then there was a new batch, a young batch, and the young batch decided to go with the old batch violently in Arizona, and they won. And so now many of the made dudes are actually very young in Arizona. Much of the power structure is actually very young. And a same type of thing actually happened, from what I could tell though, not even close to as violent, seemed to have happened somewhere in the 60s. At least this is what Sundown was talking about, that there was actually a struggle for power amongst young and old, and he was part of the old guard. I remember that. Don't forget to laugh at the later. ACP has a compilation of all the old NF they had on their channel. Nice. Sundown cat. Why go in on the sun? Sundown sounds like a villain in a Clint Eastwood movie. Let's see. Before ACP, Sundown, a few interviews with stories written by a current prisoner. Okay. The real Sundown is Rick Riley. He doesn't. So the person who's in the chat, that's name is Sundown, isn't the same person. Is that right? I don't know what he's trying to. I don't know what he's up to. I think he's trying to avoid the whole situation. Dubs were calling Sundown a liar. Oh. Oh. He seemed to. In the interviews, I didn't detect I didn't detect anybody bragging or BSing or anything like that. Whenever I was, because I can remember watching the whole Sundown interview, and I won't do that. If I think somebody's just full of it, I'll probably turn it off. I usually turn it off unless they're really entertaining and full of it. I'll usually just turn it off. And I remember listening to the dude for a while, and he didn't seem like he was telling stories or nothing. He seemed to, genuinely be telling you what he had went through, what he had saw through his own eyes. Let's see. Later, Strange. Thank you for stopping by. Good looking, my homie. Good looking. Rick Riley is the real Sundown. Yeah. Who blocked me? You got blocked? Did you say something crazy? Hit the like, please, my friends. After the dinner date, Dud said to Bummer, I smelled the Bummer, replied Yacht. That's gross. Hit that like button. Pinot loves Pinor. Who's Pinor? I know who Pinot is. I don't know who Pinor is. Everyone took it the wrong way. Yeah, Tim Hennessy, where are you from? What the hell? The thing he never called. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was saying. Is like I didn't see anybody who was on there bragging. I seen somebody who was trying. You know what he looked like to me? You know what Sundown looked like to me whenever I saw him on those interviews? He looked like somebody who had just got out of prison who was trying to figure out the world. You know what I mean? That's what I saw. I didn't see somebody on there that had like an agenda or they were talking a bunch of bullshit or putting a 10 on a 2 or anything like that. He was just like, hey, this is what happened. You know what I mean? Oh, Tim Hennessy's from Inglewood. That's where he's from. Inglewood, that's right. That makes sense. Those are those. I'm in a StreamYard, so I can't follow those right now, my friend. But let's see. Play more Gangish, please. Let's see. Dubs is done, I think.
I could tell a story. I actually told a story about when we got this one dude, and he gave up a 3-page statement on us. His name wasn't redacted. Why? We know who the fuck's talking. They know you know who's talking. He's the victim. Why does not redact names? They're going to be right there. Would the court redact names? I don't know.
They were clearly right there. They were covered up on purpose. It's not like they just left them out of the document. They were there and somebody blacked them out.
I doubt it, but I don't know. But the real paperwork from YA, there wouldn't be any names redacted. Go back to Gunner's video. What was his injury? Is that the same injury as the one they're attributing the comments to? I don't know. Didn't seem like it to me. But anyways, everybody please be safe. Be smart. Tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out.
Well, there you go.
So rightfully so.
No, Kevin. Hold on. Check my IG. What is it? Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, that one's raw. That one's super raw, huh? Let's see. Hold on. This is with Rojo. Yeah, this is Flacco's channel, huh? Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is the first one. Okay, this is from 2 years ago. This is with a convict's perspective, live with Sundown Rick from 2 years ago. Yeah. So the same thing, just like everything else before, right? The dude Sundown comes on the scene. Everybody else seems to be cool with the dude. Everybody else seems to like the dude. And he does one situation with Runner, and then that's it, right? Then they don't get along anymore. Go figure. Who right? Everybody else likes the dude. Everybody else gets along with the dude, except for this one, right? Go to the Runner video because he was telling the truth. Oh, boom. Let's see. Old school NF members tell their truth. Big Joe wants Gunners Collective to stop lying about the Cholo trucker fight. This fool really thought it was a good. He really thought it was a good idea to come on there and tell everybody that the fight was was fake. Oh, Matthew, good looking. Who's Meet Mike? Who's Meet Mike? Is it true Runner sleeps with trans women? Is it true? I guess someone's dropping a video. Gunner exposed. Yeah, that's Rojo and Flacco ACP. Yep. Yeah. Órale pues. Who remembers when Cholo Trucker whooped? Gomer is desperate for views, dog. It's. He had a chance. People were still listening, but he didn't want to address it. You got to address it, and then people can stand with you. The people who want to stand with you. People who don't, and then you move forward. He's not even going to address it. It's not going to be good. Let's see. So at the first Gunner interview, then the second. The deceit of a former member. Were his stories real? Oh, this is where he calls him a liar? Okay. Let's see. NF Hitman tells a never told story on Street Hit. That's how he branded it? That's how... Let's see. Gunner burned him down. So he puts out a video on this dude, right? And then a couple months later puts out another video where his story's real. Okay, I see what you mean. I see what you did there. Dubs is a lame fish for views. Talking about heavy is the head. Stupid. good looking. Rich DM. Oh. The best one was when Gunner and Rojo shared a Motel 6 room down south during the fight, and Rojo tummy hurted for the... What? What? What the fuck does that mean? Mad Football said the same thing. He did an interview with Gunner, then Gunner named it King J Cat, then did something that he blocked him. He named it King J. That's kind of funny. What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit, dog. He did an interview with the dude and then named it King J Cat. That's fucked up. That's fucked up, dog. That's fucked up, dog. It really is. It's that old timer with the. He's got kind of like some scars on his face, and then he's got some long hair. My life homie from 18th. We served time. Central Summer Group Homes. Cuz brought me to 18th. East side. Okay. From what I remember, Sundown said something. He got their live demonetized, so he said break bread, and the chat did, and then he got on the next day and said the same thing in the chat. What? Sundown said something that got their live demonetized, so he said, so Gunner started using that to chum up money in the chat, and then they did, and then he tried it again the next day and they shut it down. Wow. Went on cut. Let's see. Sundown video had the most views on his channel, but he wasn't monetized, so that's why that fool got all nasty. I bet you anything, because it wouldn't monetize. That fool got all and blocked him. Said fuck this dude and blocked him. Wow. That's funny. That's funny. Is Tim Hennessy even in here? NF legend. That is the type of stuff that they always say. Oh, they say legend or like killer or something crazy. It's just people, man. Just people. No. I don't think he got them shut down. It was, they said to tell people to break bread, and it worked. And if the second video is fake, there seems to be a lot of things going on that are fake with this fool. They blocked T-Moss because he would clown. Sundown carried those ones. That's funny. Let's see. I clown like a motherfucker since 2020. I know they have dreams of being a man. They blocked him because the phrase cyber panhandling came from. That's why I would ask if it's Gunner put out a video today saying he basically doesn't care about all the heat coming his way. If that were the case, wouldn't he just ignore it? He's got to do something. He don't know what else to do. You know what I mean? He's got to do something. And like I said, Dubs is taking the heat for him though for now, but that's not going to work. That's not going to work. People just aren't going to watch. They're just not going to watch Gunner's channel anymore. You know what I mean? His views are going to continue to go down. Now it doesn't mean that he can't turn it around and move in another direction, but I don't know. His chat is, or the chat, like the comment section is just dead. You know. Yeah, I did see that Izzy's going in on him. Izzy wants to fight Dubs. I did see that. I don't really support anybody beating anybody up outside of here, especially on no YouTube shit. I don't. I mean, the people are they're free to go fight if they'd like. That's on their business. That's on their time. But I don't support that. Threatening people and stuff like that. Izzy didn't really threaten him. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? I just don't. I think we should leave all of this on the internet where it came from. Then again, Dubs shouldn't be threatening people either. Threatening people's families either. Dubs got pissed when people react to his videos, but how many times has he reacted to other creators? Does he get pissed when people react to his videos? We'll see. If he hits me with a copyright. If that fool hits me with a copyright, I'm going to make some vicious ass videos about it. He better not hit me with no copyright. T-Moss and the men, two different people, same type style. Los Padrinos, Simar, and Central. Those were the 80 days. He says, Izzy's too big for Dubs. That dude will put an ass whoop. Yeah, you might be right. He's a lot younger than he is, too. He's a lot younger than Dubs is. But yeah. But at the same time, like I said, Dubs is taking the fade for him on YouTube. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Remember when Gunner did a spill on his brother? Asked him for a cash app. He out Gunner's collective. I said, now give me your bros. He's the real one. He got... That's funny. El Chefe, what up? Man, Dubs put his cape on and he's flying in to take up for Gunner. He said, the hell with it, Dubs put his Superman cape on. He's flying in. He told Gunner to go wait in the car. Runner's currently in the car, digging in his purse, digging in the bottom of his purse, looking for his lipstick. And Dub said, I'll take care of this, babe. And so now he's making videos, you know. He's making videos, sticking up for him. He says, oh, this paperwork, it's blocked out, right? It's blocked out. You know, you can't see the names. Why can't you see the names? Well, you can't see the names because those are victims of crimes. Those are juvenile victims of crimes. You can't be posting names of juvenile victims on the internet. So it only makes sense, right, to block out the names of the victims. These fools. You know? Dubs come flying in. He said, nah, babe, don't trip. I got this. Let me take care of this. And now Dubs is trying to work it out with the rest of us. He's like, listen, guys, listen. We got to figure this out. Get your purse and get in the fucking car. Yeah, that's exactly what we got going on here, Doc. so Gunner's in the ride. He's all pissed off. He's gonna be nasty the rest of the night. But Dubs don't know how to fit. He don't know how to clean it up though. He don't know how to clean it up. Because whenever it's really your lady, everybody understands. Whenever you go back in the party and you're like, dog, well, my lady's crazy, and they're like, yeah, we get it. We know she's out of her mind. You know what I mean? But that's not what's going on here. It's like he's not taking up for his lady. He's taking up for Runner, and not good. It's not looking good. And you gotta stop having lunch with people on the registry too. That's always a bad look. East side rolling, sock check. Whatever happened with them? Like I said, Dub's going crazy. No, he he brought it back. Dubs brought it back. He said, "Oh, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that." And he knows it was a bad look. He knew from the start that it was a bad look. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, just like whenever Gunner's gonna have to find like new friends, basically. Just like whenever your lady ruins her relationship with her friends, with her best friend or something like that, and it's all a mess, and then she got to go find new friends. It's the same thing. I don't know. I know that there's like 3 people that keep commenting on all the Runners' videos. It's like that sneaker guy, and like it's like a couple people. It's like the same 3 people who are, but I guess the rest of them don't comment. I don't know. Anybody want to come up? Go ahead. Bam. Run that fade. C-Dog says run that fade. Homie, run that fade. Run that machina. Cold world. Yeah, it's not though, and that's the thing, is that's what we got to remember. But unfortunately, because of the people who get on here, the seriousness of some of the people who get on here and the organizations that they're involved in, it can be the consequences can be very real if you know what I mean. And on top of that, people's money, you know what I mean. I don't know how much Runner's losing from all this, but he's losing something, guaranteed. What up? Sir? It sounds beautiful wherever you are.
Hey, salute Gangish. Salute Gangish. Right. Salute Gangish.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna say it again. Salute Gangish. Salute Gangish. Hey, ain't no topic. Salute Gangish.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll say salute Gangish 200 times. Hey, salute Gangish. Right.
Hell yeah.
Salute Gangish.
My dog's tripping. Come on. Let's pull up these comments.
Oh, you already know. Yeah, that part.
Pull up these comments. Let's see. See what's going on over at Dub's channel. Pull these up real quick. Come on. Here we go. All right. Let's see.
Hey, that's cold. Hey, that's a cold topic, cuz. Hey, that's a cold topic. Right. That's a cold topic. That's down bad, cuz. Like, for real.
Yeah.
What you want to stand on, cuz?
Remembers the old fart box. He would put photos. Who remembers good old fart box? Who the hell's fart box?
With that part. Yeah, no, I know. I mean, cause hey, there's only a select few that is out here, right? At that part. Hey, what's the topic though?
Well,
Homie.
we going over we going over what you call we going over a reaction. We're doing a reaction video to Dubs. Dubs taking up for Gunner. So we're gonna go over here and listen to somebody's listen or check out some of these comments. We got the top comment here. It says he lost his friends because of his own actions towards them. 90% of his stories are lies, or they are about other people. He should have been honest from the beginning, and he would still have been successful. But he chose the easy route, so that's on him. That's the top comment.
Hey, so Gangish, I got a quick question, homie.
Yup.
Hey, who is Gunner?
Leonard. That's his name. Leonard. It's Leonard.
Oh, right. Hey, I'm here to listen, homie.
You alright?
Oh yeah, for sure. I ain't never heard of Cuz, but yeah, that part.
Fart Box is little Bobby Nelson. He mods on Chad Mark's channel, Fart Box.
Never heard of Cuz.
I don't remember.
Come on, cuz.
I don't remember Fart Box. Let's see. This is from Rising Warrior. I can't understand how people donate to these YouTubers. They love to start Cheeseman just for views. Dubs, as the saying goes, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. You and Runner are the same, and that's why you both rock with each other. Let's see. Why are you defending Runner more than himself? It ain't about what he did. It's about who he is. And if you don't see it, it's by choice.
Hmm, that makes sense, though.
Yeah.
That definitely makes sense, though.
All them other channels
super
need to go
makes
back to
sense.
prison for a few and realize that it's way better on the streets, drama-free, than being locked up. Keep up the great content. Let's see. It says, redacted paperwork does not exist, from CYA does not
Oh,
exist.
good.
It says, sir. It says, sir, all of the paperwork is redacted for juveniles. It's against the law to reveal juvenile names.
Oh, shit. I got a quick question, though. What's the topic? Hey, and if you a buster from, yo, if you was in juvie, come on, cuz. We all been through juvie. And everybody knows your actions, cuz. It's crazy. Like, come on, cuz.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, that part, man. Yeah, I've been through it all, man. Hey, but the cool thing is, hey, what's the topic? The topic is this. The topic is, salute those that, been through it all, and they got jobs.
Yeah. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
that part. And, I ain't never switched up. Never bitch up. Salute.
Hell yeah.
Right. Never folded. Never
Never.
told.
Never.
Never told, cuz. Never told, cuz. That part.
Exactly.
Right. That's my only message.
Okay.
Hey, salute Gangish. Salute the chat. Salute the panel.
Thank you, sir.
Fuck a buster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part. Come on,
Let's see.
cuz.
It says, so Gunner is getting a taste of his own medicine. Let's see. When
I
you're a
don't even know
citizen,
cuz is.
You don't know. He's part of the prison genre. Just basically been
He
exposed
can't
for
be
just
part of it.
yeah. He just
He
basically
can't
been
be part of
exposed
it,
for
guys.
just lying, just making stuff up, crossing people
Right.
out. Just you know what I mean.
He can't be part of nothing that he ain't with.
You never know. Anyway,
Right. Yeah,
anyway,
imagine that.
I'm probably gonna end this one,
Imagine
brother.
that.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
call it a
yeah, do
day
your
on
thing,
this one.
homie.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
do
gonna
your
call it a
thing,
day.
homie. Yeah,
Yeah.
you already know. Yeah.
And I will catch everybody later. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. You guys are awesome. I will see y'all probably tomorrow. Be tapping in sometime in the afternoon. See what's going on. See what's happening. I'm sure there's going to be a whole bunch of the Yarda that's going to be on fire tonight. So, everybody, thank you. Salute. Thank you for tapping in, Matt. Good looking out, my homie.
You
Later,
already
my
know.
friends. Bye.